Hey, what's going on, guys? Xbox All In channel here. Gonna do an all-in show. Gonna talk about the Xbox Developer Direct that happened. This is the first of the year for 2026, and again, as you can see, what's on the screen. This year marks 25 years of Xbox, a milestone that celebrates the diverse storytellers, teams, and fans who bring these worlds to life. So, it's supposed to be a big year for Xbox, and we're gonna kick it off with this showcase. Hey, Sega man, Hebot, before you get the video started, shout yourselves out, man.
What up, guys? How are you? It's Hebot here. Let's talk about this direct, see how it went. Good, the bad. Hopefully, we'll have some good conversation, as always.
Yes, yes. Sega man, you there? Shout yourself out, brother. Oh, Sega man.
You probably muted.
Oh, hey, what's up, Daniel? Yeah, we're fixing to kick off this showcase. Thanks for stopping in, man. Yeah, happy Thursday, dude. All right, we'll kick it off. Eva, stand by.
I'm here, brother. I'm here. Go.
I'm not sure what to do with my hands.
R-Type Final to that.
Here we go. Number one.
Welcome to this world-first look at Forza Horizon 6. I'm Torben Ehlert, Design Director for Forza Horizon, and I can't wait to show you what the teams at Playground Games and Turn 10 have been working on.
And I'm Don Arceta, Art Director for Forza Horizon. The Horizon Festival is a celebration of beautiful cars, hit music, and breathtaking locations around the world. And now we're taking you to the place we've wanted to visit for a very long time, Japan.
We designed a campaign that really focuses on your journey. You don't start as a superstar of the festival or a racing champion or even a rookie. You'll start out as just a tourist in Japan. Your first goal is to join the Horizon Festival by completing the Horizon qualifiers. After that, you'll rise through the ranks, unlocking wristbands as you complete races in faster, more exciting cars. At the end of each round, you must prove you're ready to move up by completing spectacular events to unlock your next wristband. These include classic Horizon showcases and our new Horizon Rush events, where you show off your skills on thrilling obstacle courses, like this one at the docks in Tokyo City. When you finally earn your gold wristband, you get access to Legend Island, an exclusive region of the world with unique events, tracks, and areas to explore. And that will be a true accomplishment. Throughout that journey, all of Japan outside the Horizon Festival is yours to explore at your own pace. So, let's talk about the location we've all been waiting for.
Japan is the ideal location for our biggest, most exciting game yet. Full of beautiful landscapes and stunning contrasts of rural and urban, modern and traditional. This is our largest map, full of verticality, diverse biomes, seasonality, and breathtaking driving experiences, elevated by Japan's unique car culture. So we knew from the start that we wanted to deliver the most compelling and authentic game possible. To help us create those experiences in-game, we sought out advice and insight from people who've lived with Japanese car culture their entire lives.
As someone who grew up in Los Angeles and Tokyo, both cities known for car culture, I developed a passion for cars early. I've also worked extensively supporting creative collaborations between Japanese and Western video game studios. Over the course of production, I had many conversations with the team about the nuances and the details of Japanese culture and how to reflect these in Forza Horizon 6. As an example, when we discussed naming options for the player home at Tokyo Docks, we discussed the building number, picking 7 and 8 because those two numbers are considered fortunate in Japan. In fact, these numbers are also part of a well-known Japanese proverb, Nanakorobi Yaoki, which means never give up.
When our team builds a Forza Horizon game, we focus on the essence of the place, what makes it special and unique. At the start of production, our team traveled to Japan to capture reference for everything. Time lapses of real Japanese skies, photogrammetry of trees and geology, scans of roads and buildings, and things as simple as water kick-up and the way fallen cherry blossoms respond to passing cars. From these references, we then work to capture the soul of those places, adapting it for Horizon's open-world gameplay. And since Japan is home to driving experiences unlike anywhere else, that process begins with the roads. Inspired by the C1 Loop, Ginkgo Avenue, and mountain passes, like Mount Haruna and Bandai Atsuma. Then we layer in the details around them, creating a world where every road leads to discovery. For this game, we built our biggest urban area yet. Our Tokyo City is 5 times larger than anything we've designed before, with multiple districts, each with a unique identity. We work to create a city where every road, every corner, and every shortcut is fun to drive and a delight to explore.
Seasonal change in Japan is dramatic, and these changes are widely celebrated in local culture. We've captured that in game so that you'll see those changes reflected in the world around you as you explore. That sense of exploration is at the heart of the game. Everything you find on your road trip in Japan is something for you to collect. Cars, houses, landmarks, mascots, and more, all tracked in your adventure journal.
Japan's car culture is one of the reasons we've been so excited for this location. And Forza Horizon 6 will feature more than 550 cars at launch. Those cars will have new body kits, new Forza Aero, and the ability to paint liveries on windows. We've also fully overhauled our roster to be better balanced across all performance classes, from D to our new top-end R-Class for track-focused cars. We've improved how each car is affected by the world. For example, with new cosmetic tire wear, so each car responds authentically as you rack up the miles on those iconic Japanese roads. With more cars on day one than ever before, we've also created new ways to expand your car collection as you explore. Parked on driveways around the world, you'll encounter our new aftermarket cars. They're always bargains and include some extremely rare and unique cars to show off in your garage. We're not just bringing classic JDM to life, but also showcasing some of the newest, most exciting cars in the world. And Forza Horizon 6 cover car is one of them. The GR GT is a race-derived road car that combines motorsport performance with road-going excellence. And our game is the ideal place to experience the most modern iteration of Kazoo Racing's relentless pursuit of Japanese engineering perfection.
Our cars sound better than ever, with greater detail and remastered audio, all brought to life by new acoustic modeling technology, simulating the soundscape of the world. Music is a huge part of the Horizon Festival, and we're curating a diverse track list from around the world, including exciting Japanese artists, so you can choose your perfect soundtrack, whether racing, cruising, or drifting. And to complement the visual contrast of our map, we've captured extensive field recordings across all 4 seasons in Japan, creating a rich and truly authentic world for you to experience.
In Forza Horizon 6, you'll have new ways to shape that world with features that let you make a life for yourself in Japan. Our new customizable garages are the perfect place to do that. You'll find one of these at every player house, big enough for multiple cars, where you can freely decorate the entire space. And when you're done, you can invite your friends over to see what you've built. But the ultimate place to express your creativity is the estate. This mountain valley starts off completely empty and overgrown, but once you unlock it, you can build and decorate directly in the open world here, and anything you construct is permanent and visitable by your friends. Our teams are fully committed to Forza Horizon being the open world driving game for everyone. We'll be carrying forward all of our accessibility features from previous games. We'll also be adding in new options like proximity radar for competitive players and auto drive for players who want to lean back and appreciate the world in motion. Our major new accessibility feature is customizable high contrast mode, making the open world of Japan visually accessible to everyone. No matter how you and your friends play, you can customize Forza Horizon 6 so you can play together.
Japan is world-renowned for its car meets, like Daikoku, and inspired by these experiences, Forza Horizon 6 will include new open-world car meets. These are places where you can show off your cars and characters, download tunes and liveries, and even buy a copy of the cars you see. Then head out together to explore, where you'll find classic events like street races and our new Toge battles, iconic nighttime races down Japanese mountain passes. There's more to do in the open world than ever before, with new shared experiences like Horizon Time Attack circuits. These are seamlessly part of the open world, with no loads, no matchmaking, just a truly social experience with you, your friends, and the in-world leaderboard. Playing together is easier and more rewarding than ever. Forza fans are incredibly creative, making everything from liveries to race events and scenic locations to explore. To support your creativity, we've added the ability to start building from anywhere, as well as loads of other player-requested improvements, all of which are also available in the estate and the customizable garage. We also know you love to collaborate, so in Forza Horizon 6, we're making building fully multiplayer. In Horizon Collab, you and your friends can build anything you can imagine together.
From everyone here at Playground Games and Turn 10 Studios, we hope you've enjoyed this first look at some of the new features we've been working on, and that you're as excited as we are for the game. will be launching on Xbox and PC on the 19th of May. If you're a Forza fan on PlayStation, we'll be welcoming you to Japan later this year when our PlayStation version is ready. For now, though, stay tuned for more updates about the game over the coming months. And thanks for joining us. We can't wait to see you in Forza Horizon 6 as we discover Japan together.
There's a little voice track. Well, it's like
Hey guys, just checking in. Hiba, you here? Are you here?
Yes, I'm here, brother. I'm here. I'm just letting you enjoy it and watch, and then once it's done, we'll talk.
Okay.
You saw that ending part, right? I think they're alluding to making like a Gundam type of DLC for the Forza.
Yeah, I saw that part.
Yeah.
Pretty cool, right?
Yeah.
That game looks absolutely stunning, and it's only for Series X, not coming out Xbox One. Hallelujah.
Yeah.
All right. I'm gonna continue.
皆さんこんにちは。ゲームフリークのゼネラルプロデューサー大森茂です。ここは東京にあるゲームフリークのオフィスです。ビースト・オブ・リンカネーションはかつてない新しい体験を作り出すことに主眼を置いたゲームフリーク独自の取り組みギアプロジェクトから生まれた新しい挑戦です。これまでもポケットモンスターシリーズのほかソリティバ、ギガレッカーなどさまざまなオリジナルゲームタイトルを世に送り出し常に新しいアイデアや世界観の構築に挑戦しています。ビースト・オブ・リンカネーションはまさに新しい体験ができるゲームです。遠い未来、文明崩壊後の汚れに侵食された日本、そして一人と一匹のアクション RPG というゲームプレイで構築されています。この美しくも過酷なビースト・オブ・リンカネーションの世界で皆さんにも臨場感あふれる冒険を味わっていただくことができればと心から願っています。
これまではポケットモンスターシリーズでバトルプランナーやサウンドマネージャーを務めてきました。ただ、新しいゲームに挑戦したいという強い衝動もずっとあったんです。最初は黙々とそのゲームである感覚を自分の心に問いかけることから始めていました。世界観もキャラクターもゲームデザインも決めずに、ただどんな感覚がいいんだろうと探っていました。そうしているうちにぬくもり、頼もしさ、そして寂しさが入り混じったような感覚が最もしっくりきたんです。自分の心に反応しました。隔離された主人公エマとこの世界を一緒に旅していくぬくもりのある相棒、クーもその過程で生まれました。
古島からビースト・オブ・リンカネーションのコンセプトを聞いて、とても興味を惹かれ、すぐに参加しようと心に決めました。長年ゲームフリークでは、ポケットモンスターシリーズを通じて、生き物やパートナーを描いてまいりました。しかし、今回のプロジェクトでは、過酷な世界を相棒と共に旅をするという体験を目指しています。汚れと呼ばれる寄生植物が蔓延している世界が、かつての文明の廃棄を覆い尽くすほどまでに植物が生い茂った過酷な環境となっており、ダイナミックな移動が要求されます。このような経緯で血を吐き自由に操ることのできる鶴のような神をエマの能力にすることになり、プロトタイプも出来上がってきました。 そしてそれがエマという人物のバックグラウンドとキャラクターデザインを形作っていったんです。
これまでゲームフリークは動植物や自然と真摯に向き合ってきました。形状を自由に変えられて武器のように鋭くなりつつも美しい、そんな中核となるモチーフとして植物を選びました。ただ単に美しい植物を風景で表現するだけではなく、遊びにも植物を取り入れました。しっくりとくるモチーフを見出し、ゲームデザインとモチーフを紐づけることは、ポケットモンスターシリーズの開発を通じて培ってきた重要なステップです。モチーフが決まった段階で、コンセプトアーティストの幸田一馬さんご協力のもと、この世界のビジュアルを形作っていくことにしました。エマとクーの姿を思い描いたとき、自然に支配される世界の舞台として日本がぴったりだと考えました。日本の昔から続く山々に囲まれた自然豊かな風景と SF が入り混じった世界をエマとクーが歩く姿を自然にイメージできました。さらに植物をモチーフとした重要な存在として植物と動物が融合した生物でもある腐植体も出来上がっていきました。腐植体のデザインは当時私が注目していたデジタルアーティストの森田裕樹さんにお願いすることにしました。
世界の舞台を作ると同時に、エマとクーの物語を作り上げていきました。ストーリーの舞台は西暦4026年の日本です。遥か昔に発生した汚れという名の寄生植物の影響で、人類の大半が消滅した後の世界です。エマは腐植体を狩り、その汚れを自分の体に封じ込めることができるという特別な能力を持っています。ただ、それがゆえにエマは恐れられ、人々が住むコロニーから隔離され暮らしています。エマと彼女の相棒となるクーは日本の東の地で出会います。そのクーの目的がこのゲームの謎の一つでもあります。
名前は何だ？
クーだ。
クーから目を離さない方がいい。
ああ、わかってる。
封じ後、エマ。お前に輪廻の獣討伐の命を出す。
都に迫る輪廻の獣を討伐するには、エマとクーの力を強化していく必要があります。そのためにこの世界に存在する強力な腐植体、主を討伐し、その力を取り込んでいくことになります。汚れを封じることができるエマにしかできない特別な役目です。腐植体はこの世界の F の対象であり、最も象徴的な存在です。汚れに寄生されて巨大化していった生物たちです。エマとクーが戦う強力な敵です。腐植体は汚れを吐き、その巨体で世界を蹂躙していきました。腐植体の中でもひときわ大きい主と呼ばれる存在は、植物を操り自身の支配地域に汚れの森を呼び出します。汚れの森に入ると周囲の環境がガラッと変わります。手強い腐植体が襲いかかり、プレイヤーの行く手を阻むのです。そしてこの世界にはゴーレムというもう一つの勢力があります。ゴーレムは過酷な世界を生き残るため、かつての人間が魂を機械の体に転送した姿です。2000年の間に凄まじい戦闘技術を身につけましたが、一方で魂は劣化してしまっていて暴走しています。
エマとクーは様々な人物と出会います。長い旅をサポートするブラッド、カグラであったり、あとはクナイというエマと同じように腐植体を連れた剣士とも巡り合います。
とどめはきちんとさせる。
エマとクーは同じく汚れの力を宿していて、互いにその力を影響させ合いながら戦います。例えば、エマが敵の動きを見極め、攻撃を受け流すと、クーに力が溜まり、開花技という強力な効果を持った技を発動できます。そして、開花技を放てば、さらに次のアクションの選択肢に幅が広がります。例えば、ある開花技を使うと、 エマは彼岸花の大輪を咲かせ、その大輪に跳躍して兜割りを行うことができます。また、別の開花技を使えば敵を縛り、エマの強力な闘技を敵に叩き込むことができます。開花技の選択中は時間がスローになり、考える時間が生まれます。ターンベースの RPG コマンドのように考えることになります。スキルを磨くほどにエマとクーの連携は研ぎ澄まされていきます。互いに補い合う関係で2人は常につながっているんです。エマとクーにはそれぞれスキルツリーがあり、エマが行動すればクーに影響を与え、クーが行動すればエマに影響が与えられるようにしました。また、エマとクーの親密度が上昇するにつれて、装備できるスキルも多くなります。様々なスキルを組み合わせることで、独自のプレイスタイルを作っていくことができるんです。さらに、エマとクーを結びつける霊秘石や、エマが受け流しを行った際に発動する刀の効果を重ねていくことなどで、より奥深い戦闘ができるようになっています。遠距離だけで戦う人もいれば、ステルスだけで戦う人もいますし、常にエマで戦闘を仕掛ける人もいれば、クーを先行させて戦わせる人もいます。エマとクーでどのような装備で、どのような霊奇跡と組み合わせて戦うのか、プレイヤーの皆さん次第です。皆さんがどんな意外な組み合わせを生み出すのか、今からとても楽しみです。
遥か昔に汚れに追い尽くされた美しくも過酷な新たな世界。企画構想から6年間、私たちはこの世界に数えきれない秘密や奥深い魅力を散りばめることに全力を注いできました。すべてのプレイヤーの皆さんにビースト・オブ・リンカネーションの世界を体験していただける日が待ちきれません。本作は今年の夏、Xbox、PC、そしてプレイステーションでリリースされます。さらに、ビースト・オブ・リンカネーションは発売初日から Xbox ゲームパスでプレイ可能です。ぜひ、ウィッシュリストにご登録ください。ゲームフリークが挑む渾身の新作、どうぞご期待ください。
Alright, here we go.
Oh, hello. I'm Tim Schaefer, founder and studio head of Double Fine Productions. And this is Elizabeth Larkin, senior tools programmer and junior in-house ceramicist. At Double Fine, we try to take a little time every so often and create quick game prototypes. Anyone in the company can pitch a game idea, and we have a vote on which ones we want to try to make. We forget the projects we're currently working on, basically get amnesia, and we do this for 2 weeks. That's a fortnight. And we build a few of these experimental game prototypes. We call this process Amnesia Fortnight. We've had all sorts of great ideas come out of this process. It's just like this clay. With a little bit of pressure and creativity, something interesting is created that wasn't there before. Our next game came out of Amnesia Fortnight. It's all about encouraging you to create with others, and then use what you create to destroy each other. Don't worry, it's easy to make a new pot if you're playing Kiln, our online multiplayer pottery party brawler. We love to explore new and original ideas here at Double Fine. Alongside last year's Weird But Chill Game Keeper, featuring surreal and dreamlike exploration, Kiln is the other side of that coin, bringing high-energy, expressive multiplayer action. You'll get a chance today to see how we're continuing to foster our spirit of creativity with this next game. Derek Brandt spearheaded this pitch and is here today to talk about this fully realized Double Fine experience he's leading with his team.
Kiln is a multiplayer party brawler and is just as much about the act of trading with your friends as it is fast-paced competitive destruction. We built this game to respond to your creative design choices, as well as your relentless cruelty to anthropomorphized clay pots. I've spent my career as a concept artist, focused on coming up with unique characters and environments at Double Fine. But I also play a lot of action titles, which got me wondering, what would a game look like that included not just the cathartic element of destruction and action, but the equally cathartic act of creation I was familiar with as an artist? I stumbled on the answer one day: what better solution than a pottery wheel? We wanted to give players the ability to create characters out of any shape and to make sure that what you make has a charming, animated personality. You start off as a little helpless, naked spirit. You're not capable of much in this state. Thankfully, you are capable of manipulating clay, and a pottery wheel is the perfect place for the creation of a new body. And when it comes time for destruction, those shapes needed to translate into capable fighters. Pots that can compete in challenges in a way that only pots can. Our game mode, Quench, brings all of that together in a 4v4 combat party atmosphere. You and your friends need to balance your pot's shape and abilities with its capacity for carrying water into enemy territory. Here, you'll navigate through the environment with your team's unique creations. Avoid or destroy incoming enemy warriors. And of course, fill your pot up with water to ultimately douse the enemy's kiln and win the game.
Got him once. Now keep at it.
With Kiln, we wanted to give players what we know they've always wanted from Double Fine. A best-in-class pottery sim, of course. With this strange concept came lots of design challenges, though, because it's a game about pots that have to transform into bespoke ceramic warriors. We had to figure out how to make an art tool, a character builder, and a loadout system all together, while keeping the whole experience approachable for anyone, not just pottery masters. After many iterations balancing simulation with arcade-like simplicity, we landed on a design that lets you feel like a master potter who can easily make any pottery shape you could dream of, even if you've never seen a potter's wheel. It's weirdly satisfying. We've carefully married the clay technology with the behavior of the sculpting tools and controls to make sure anyone can pick it up in seconds. Refine it with sponges, shapers, and straight edge tools to get specific and make it yours. As you sculpt, you'll notice the game recognizing the different shapes you've made. It'll automatically detect when you're shaping things like cups, vases, bowls, and many more.
So that means we had to ask ourselves, if I was a vase, and this vase that I just made was now my body, what can I, as a vase, do?
Every pot and kiln needs to have a core set of moves fit for a warrior. To run, jump, attack, and roll. They also must have moves fit for a pot to fill up with water and then splash that water out. Each shape has its own unique way of performing these moves. And because your shape matters, the animation team has taken on the challenge of bringing those different pot shapes to life in surprising ways. In addition to these core moves, each shape also has its own special attack, which we push to be the most fun and over-the-top moments in the game. Cups popping popcorn, bottles turning into swords, jugs blaring like megaphones, plates flinging pies. Everyone's shape is doing something different and exciting.
As you fight over the water on the battlefield and try to extinguish your opponent's kiln,
Down. One to go.
you'll have to pay attention to each map's unique nuances. Our mantra of shape matters carries over into our maps. We specifically designed our maps to integrate with how you choose to play and what pot you choose to play as. So you'll see things like secret tunnels that only fit certain size pots and pathways that are only traversable with certain shapes.
You'll fight on fractured, floating pieces of ancient history, like an ancient Greek nightclub fit for Dionysus. It's even got a dance floor. Navigate Athena's giant strategic war map, inflating sponge warriors with water to rearrange the battlefield to your advantage. Fight in the Egyptian god Set's dingy punk venue, complete with a mosh pit where only one pot can emerge unbroken.
Leverage your unique creations. Everything from your size, your capacity to carry water, your speed to cross the battlefield, and other choices you can make will define how you want to approach your playstyle. Do you want a team full of large cups, maximizing your dousing potential?
Go back down, baby.
Or a team of tiny ninja saucers ready to quickly smash up anything that gets in their way? Or a unique combination you've discovered that balances power and splashability? If you're skilled enough to end up at the enemy kiln with lots of water, you can unleash a powerful super splash ability that does tons of damage and makes the kiln vulnerable to further attacks, letting you and your team dunk on the enemy kiln to either win big or turn the tide and make a comeback.
And that is how it's done.
At the end of a round, the cycle of creation and destruction loops around again, and now you're back in the wedge, a multiplayer lobby where you can hang at the wheel and make something cool with your friends. You've just earned XP points and chips from battle. Now you can load up on art supplies and expand your pot-making options.
I think of the game being so much about the fighting, but when people play it, they just want to create all day long.
Our decoration system was designed to support your creativity. As we did with the design of the sculpting process, we looked to the Pottery Studio for inspiration. We found ways to translate the experience of adding spouts, lids, and handles, as well as glazing to kiln. Every design choice we made ultimately serves the goal of enabling a near infinite range of possibilities. We can't wait to see what your favorite designs are.
It's all about my pizza party themed small jug. It becomes a drill that can dive under enemies, and it pops up with a special delivery of destruction.
I love a medium jug, a simple handle, a 2-layer watermelon glaze, and I'm ready to bring the good vibes into the chaos.
My favorite is the large vase. It has a UFO-like animation, and it's great for team defense and protecting your Bix.
Hands down, the best pot shape is a small bowl. It's perfect for sneaking past enemies. Plus, its ice cream theme special is so cute.
One of my favorite warrior pots has to be the medium base. It's decently fast for invading enemy players and matches. The decorations really make it shine. A curved elbow spout, Cupid's handle, some spiked charms with a rainbow glaze, and one butt sticker. You can't go wrong with butt stickers.
My favorite pots use the absolute most material possible to make the biggest pots possible. I call it tiny.
Whichever pot you decide to create, whether you're a budding artist or a seasoned gamer, you'll be fulfilling your pottery power fantasies when Kiln launches in spring 2026 on Xbox, PlayStation, and PC. This is just the beginning of the Pottery Party as we bring regular updates throughout the year with expanded decorations, new activities and game modes, and much more. Creating is more fun together, and we love your help sculpting this experience. Be on the lookout to throw down with fellow Double Fine fans and join the Double Fine Action Insiders for an even earlier look and a chance to play in our closed beta very soon.
You want me to say it 5 times? That's mean. It's supposed to be. Okay. This game is called Kiln, an online multiplayer party brawler, online multiplayer party. Never do it twice. Okay, I can do it again. Online multiplayer pottery brawler. It's getting better. Online multiplayer pottery party brawler.
Hi, welcome to Playground Games, where I'm thrilled to share our very first deep dive into a game we've been making here for a really, really long time, Fable. Playground Games is renowned for fun, immersive, and visually stunning open-world experiences. Since 2010, we've been developing the Forza Horizon series right here in Royal Leamington Spa, a charming little town in the middle of England. As Horizon has grown, so have we. Over the past few years, we've built a new team to carry that reputation into a new genre that we are incredibly passionate about. Fable is Playground's first open-world action RPG, and we couldn't be more proud to be carrying on the work of the legendary Lionhead Studios, the original creators of the franchise. And although our game is a new beginning, I think what we're making is really faithful to the spirit of the classic Lionhead trilogy that we all love. At the heart of our game is a simple, recurring question. What does it mean to you to be a hero? Our game is about choices and their consequences. It's packed with action, drama, British humour, moral dilemmas, and quite a few chickens. All of this combines in a fairy tale which could only be Fable.
In classic Fable fashion, you begin the game as a child, growing up in the sleepy rural village of Briar Hill. It's here that in a moment of extreme danger, your heroic powers first emerge, and we discover that you are Albion's first hero in a generation. But not long afterwards, disaster strikes, and the people of your village, including your beloved grandma, are turned to stone by a mysterious stranger. Suddenly alone in the world, you'll set off on an adventure which will change Albion forever.
Venturing out into the world is a huge moment because this is Albion like you've never seen it before. Idyllic rolling hills, magical forests, bustling villages, sleepy hamlets, oversized vegetable patches, and stunning vistas. And because our Albion is truly open world, for the first time, you'll be able to explore this rich and detailed world seamlessly, with the freedom to go where you want from early in the game.
We can't wait to welcome you back to Albion's iconic capital city, Bowerstone. Home to Fairfax Castle, the Old Clock Tower, and the legendary Heroes Guild.
It's a huge city, full of contrasts, rich and poor, nobles and commoners, royalty and criminals. You'll spend plenty of time here during the game, as you discover the secrets of the Heroes Guild and its reclusive guildmaster, Humphrey the Golden.
In the north of Albion, you'll find mountains, craggy coastlines, spooky marshes, and the bleak, windswept city of Bloodstone. Here, you'll meet the leaders of two rival gangs, vying for power, and uncover the secrets of the sinister but extremely well-organized Cult of Shadows. Our Albion is beautiful, handcrafted, and richly detailed.
In Albion, heroes are special, different. They're stronger than regular people. They're more skillful, more charismatic. More importantly, they're those rare humans who can harness and use magic in the world around them. They have the power to do what they want.
And so do you. In our game, we want you to play as the hero you want to be. And that starts with being able to choose how your hero character looks.
So, in Fable, you'll be able to pick from a range of different character heads and customize your clothing, hair, skin tone, tattoos, and scars, so the hero you play represents you.
But as well as your appearance, you can be the hero you want to be through the way you play, through the skills and abilities you learn, and through the weapons you use.
Just like the classic trilogy, heroes in our game fight with a combination of strength, skill, and will. Seamlessly blending melee and ranged weapons with magical abilities gives us style-weaving combat, allowing you to show off your personal playstyle against single opponents and large groups of enemies alike. Melee is at the heart of our close quarters combat. You'll use light and heavy combos, often knocking enemies off balance and executing stylish finishers. Swap to your ranged weapon to bypass enemy guard and deal with troublesome flying enemies. And of course, you'll be able to unleash your powerful spells to both manipulate and devastate your opponents.
We're excited to be bringing back some fan-favorite adversaries for you to fight. Hobbs are back, as are Balrings, Hollowfolk, and Trolls.
And we're adding brand new enemies too, like this fearsome cockatrice, a giant fire-breathing chicken. Each enemy family is different, with their own weaknesses to exploit and defenses to overcome. But with all the unique tools in your combat toolbox, how you defeat your enemies is up to you.
But there's more to being a hero in Albion than fighting, so much more. When we talk to people about their favorite memories of the original games, so many of their stories were about the stuff you can do when you weren't just being a hero. The normal, everyday stuff which happened when you interacted with the people of Albion.
For me, what I remember most vividly are the inhabitants of Albion and the things you can do with them or to them.
The crazy thing about the classic Fable games was that in the middle of a sprawling RPG was almost a complete other game where you could just mess around with the villages and townsfolk.
And we've built that same experience in the middle of our game too. Buying a house, getting a job, making some money.
Romancing a villager, getting married, having kids.
Fancy a date?
Perfect. You can get to know me better.
Buying another house. Buying every house in Albion. Buying every business in Albion. Getting rich.
Marrying a bunch more people, having a bunch more kids, probably getting divorced along the way for good measure.
And this game within a game is unique to Fable. It's systemic, interconnected, and you see the ripple effects of the things you do everywhere you go. And all of this revolves around the people who live in Albion, who we call the living population. There are more than 1,000 of them, and every single one is unique. Each of them has a name, a role, a daily routine, and their own personality. You could follow any one of them for a day and just watch them live their life.
They'll get up, go to work, spend some leisure time on hobbies, then go home to bed.
But what's even cooler is that you can talk to every single one of them in fully voiced conversations and interact with them in loads of different ways. Maybe the job they go to is working for you because you hired them to work in one of your businesses.
Hey, you. Working hard? How can I help you, boss?
Maybe the bed they sleep in is in a house you own because you're the landlord.
Or maybe their bed is on the street because you evicted them.
All right.
Oh, it's you. You're awful.
And all of the stuff you do affects what they think of you.
You're a legend.
Because everything you do builds your reputation.
Very impressive. Now that's an hero right there.
Morality has always been super important to Fable. That tension between good and evil underpinned all of the original games. And morality is central to our game too. But we have a slightly different take on it.
For us, morality isn't black and white. There are lots of grey areas. And importantly, morality is subjective. No two people see things exactly the same way. And that's how it works in our game too.
Everything you do earns you a reputation. And every person in Albion will have a different reaction to you as a result.
Hello there.
Yeah, we get it. You're rich.
They'll remember things you did directly to them. They'll love you or hate you for the choices you make. And they will always tell you why. Although, usually from a safe distance.
Our game will never judge you, but the people of Albion will, loudly.
Imbecile.
Your reputation is created by the choices you make, and you are going to make a lot of them. big choices, little choices, moral choices, and some choices that will actually change the landscape of Albion for the rest of your game. We call this idea, Your Choices Change the World. Let's give you an example.
Early in the game, you'll meet a character named Dave, an egotistical gardener in a rural village who discovers a magical growth formula. He accidentally turns himself into a giant and becomes a big problem. It'll be your job to deal with him, and ultimately it will be your choice whether to kill him or to spare him. If you kill him, his giant corpse will lie on the farmland just outside of town for the rest of the game. And that is going to affect house prices. It will also affect what a lot of the villagers think about you. Especially Dave's sister.
In Fable, the choices you make will define you. What does being a hero mean to you?
At Playground Games, we've built a pedigree for beautiful, immersive, open-world experiences. Yes, they've typically involved sports cars, but this is a passion project for all of us here. Every member of this team, which we've built from scratch, has two key things in common: a deep love for the franchise and a burning desire to bring it back. We're making this for Fable fans just like us, but also to introduce Fable to gamers who've never played the series before. It's been great to finally tell you a little about the game we're making. There'll be much more to share as we get closer to our launch. I'm excited to tell you today that Fable is coming to Xbox, PC, and PlayStation in autumn 2026. From all of us here, thanks for watching.
This is a multiplayer party brawler and is just as much about the act of trading with your friends as it is fast-paced competitive destruction.
Japan's car culture is one of the reasons we've been so excited for this location. Forza Horizon 6 will feature more than 550 cars at launch.
さまざまなスキルを組み合わせることで独自のプレイスタイルを作っていくことができるんです。
You can be the hero you want to be through the way you play, through the skills and abilities you learn, and through the weapons you use.
In the background, you got it?
Garbage.
All right, guys.
Hello?
Hey, what's up, Ivan? Yeah, so yeah, we just watched the developers direct. Sega Man, you there?
Yep.
All right. I think that was pretty cool. We just watched it through, and now we're gonna give our first impressions, quick thoughts. You know what? I'm gonna have to watch this again. I really am. That's a lot of information they put out there. You know, just the process. What I'll probably do is I'll probably do a Wrecking Crew this weekend. And then I kind of want to absorb everything that's going on around this showcase, other people's thoughts and opinions. And then give a little bit more fuller, talk about this in a little bit more detail. But since we're here now and we watched the developers direct, I'll start with you, Sega Man. I know we talked about this a little earlier. You did watch the developer direct earlier. You watched it again the second time, so maybe you can give us your thoughts and opinions on what you thought.
Yeah, what's up, brother? But my thoughts and opinions on it, because I'm going to make it pretty quick. Like I said, like every game you've seen on Developers Direct, like from Forza Horizon 6, very beautiful game. Like it went in depth in the game, and what to look forward to. It's be coming up in the game. I mean, that also in Fable. It was good to see some more of the Fable franchise, you know, and what they're doing with that. And these games, man, like the Double Fine. Double Fine is always doing games. They're always fun games. Sometimes, yes, they're a little weird, but they make great games, you know. And the show was great. You know what I mean? It really was. Yeah, it was short. You know what I mean? Some people expect a little more. You know, but from what I've seen and what I watched earlier in 4K, I mean that Forza Horizon is just man, that's a great game. It was, like I said, it was a pretty awesome game. Show. I liked it. I thought it was pretty good. It was right to the point. That's what I like about it too. It was right to the point. You know what I mean? About the games, and that's what we're here for. You know, for the games and everything. And yeah, it wasn't bad. Playground Games did their thing today. So.
All right. T-Bot, you got anything you wanted to add?
I'd rather you go first, because I got a lot to say, but you know what I mean. I just there were my emotions and with what I feel. So I don't know. Maybe you say what you feel first. What you saw.
I don't know. Like I said, I have to I'm gonna have to watch it again.
Okay.
To get a better feel. Just first impressions. Honestly, it's typical Xbox. You know, when you're talking about showcases, I said this for the last couple years. You know, they're untouchable.
Batteries fully charged.
They're the only ones that actually do stuff. Do this for the
Yeah, indeed. Mm-hmm.
Gaming industry. So that's number one, and they're comfortable with it. You know, they know what they're doing. They've been doing this for a while. They got it down to a science. So when it comes to production value, when it comes to presentation, when it comes to everything that a developer direct's supposed to be, they hit it out of the park. Right? So of course, first impressions, you know, A+ for me. Great show, put well together. Now we can nitpick some of the stuff in the show, and I think that's what you want to do, T-Bot. So that's why I'm saying I'm gonna have to watch this again, and then I'll probably go look at it outside of the sphere of the showcase itself, and see some reactions and stuff like that. And look, not the usual suspects, man. You know, if you're an Xbox guy, there's a lot of people you know not to listen to, right? There's a lot of media out there you know to ignore. You know what I'm saying? I'm just talking about in our own circle with the people that we know and trust. Send out some feelers out there from other people I follow that actually cover things that's outside of gaming. See what they say, see some reactions and stuff like that. So I'll do that, and then on Saturday, like I said, we can do a podcast, and I can give my full. But it to me, it's very impressive. I like the way that I love the presentation. I like what they showed. But again, you know, there's some things that I want to delve into, like for example, for Forza Horizon. Everybody's been waiting for them to do Japan. Right? They wanted to do Japan 2 years ago, right? And they were not able to do it for whatever reason it is. And now that they're doing it, I don't know. It was a little bit more of a tease for me. This presentation, they did mention some stuff that I'm excited about. I don't know about the creator mode that they're adding into it. You know, we'll see how that works out. But as far as the soundtrack, where they're going to get the music from, the fact that you can explore Japan in its totality, Some of the stuff that they show, yes, they have the backdrops of it. What I want to see is I want to see fully integrated, fully integrated Japan, not a Japan that's AI simulated, not a Japan that is created. Like there's this one part where they say we got the soul of it. You know, I don't want the soul. I want the organic. I want the blood and guts. I want the dirt, and I want the grass. You know, I want that experience with it because I've been waiting for this for a long time, right? And Forza is one of their franchise games. Sega Man, we talked about that a little bit earlier. I think it deserves that respect, and I think that's what I'm looking forward to the most, if I'm being honest. Double Fine, I really did like what they showcased. I just love Double Fine because you need studios like Double Fine. You need that creative genius that they have. The way they always present their games, the type of games they make, you know what you're getting with them, and they always exceed my expectations. So that was a nice little tidbit, right? To include them. And then of course Fable is probably the game I'm looking forward to the most until we find out more about Halo. Right. But what I see from Fable, just really briefly, I'm more into the actual art and caricature style of the game. It seems like they're going a little bit more realistic, right? And just for an example, Outer Worlds 2. My daughter's a big fan of Outer Worlds. She played Outer Worlds 2. She actually didn't like the look of the game because you can tell that they were going for a bigger, more realistic, bigger, better, nicer, and it does. It has all of that stuff, but it just didn't feel kind of the same for her. For me, when I played it, I could see what they were trying to do. And what I'm seeing with Fable, I hope it doesn't go down that route. Like, it's one thing to have improved graphics, improved gameplay mechanics, all that stuff. That's great. But there's something about the character of the game, right, that's integral to being what Fable is. Especially for guys like us who've been playing it since it dropped on the original, you know. And Peter Molyneux and their creative genius behind the game. And I think but when you listen to the developers, when you listen to Playground Games, they definitely got their heart in the right place. So I'm cheering for them. Hopefully they'll be able to pull it off, but we'll see. The game looks incredible. The battle mechanics looked awesome. I like that they integrated the way they integrated the combat with some of their magic spells and stuff like that. That looked all cool. So it's definitely the game I'm looking forward to the most. Again, aside of Halo. So that's my quick thoughts for now, guys. I'll expand on it a little bit more this weekend. Go ahead, Hebot, man. I know you've been chomping at the bit to talk about this. So.
Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, you're coming in loud and clear.
Well, like you said, in the beginning, when you first started streaming, you said this is a big year for Xbox.
Mm-hmm.
Celebrating 25 years, right?
Yeah.
But my problem is when you see that show, I don't feel that it's for Xbox fans.
Yeah.
I don't feel it. Xbox is about Xbox, the brand, the money, what they're making, and that's it. Which is fine and dandy. You could do that now because you got the money in the position. Mm-hmm. But why didn't you do that when the OG came out, when you weren't shit? Nobody gave a fuck. Everybody wanted you out. Nobody wanted you to come in. And the only people that believed in you were the Xbox console base, fan base. Huh? Why didn't y'all do that then? Even Microsoft themselves didn't want them around. Right? But now they got money and they forgot where they came from. Like, what are you doing? This is an Xbox show. The presentation always top grade, excellent. I like the format. I think it's well done. The fact that they show all the game stuff going on as you're speaking to the actual, developers, showing you the process, showing you the hard work, the ideas, the collaborations, the dedication. You know, how many people are working on it. You know, you can see it's all types of people, women, men, you know, even sometimes handicapped people, people that are from different ethnicities. You know, like, it's no set person. Somebody can say, oh, yeah, it's because they're this way, you know. video game industry only run by white men, with that stupid mentality that people like to think and say. You can see that there's a lot of people working hard and they're trying to do the best game they can. For me, the highlight of the show obviously was the Forza game. It looks absolutely incredible. Every time they bring out a new Forza, it never lets down, especially lately with the Horizon. It just seems like they try to raise the bar further and further. We all know they've been working for a long time. Like you said, I'm also trying to get the rights to make the game in Japan. And yes, the struggle was Japan was not allowing them to do it because they're an American company. I don't care what nobody fucking says. That's what it is. Because Polyphony has never had any issues bringing any Japanese stages or worlds or levels in any of the Gran Turismos ever since they started making Gran Turismo games. So what's the difference? Sony's Japan, Japanese company, and Polyphony's a Japanese studio. It's that simple. Okay? But I guess since they've seen how well it's been embraced through the years, taking place in different locations, the last location being Mexico, which was, done really well done. And they see how well the game is done financially. They're like, oh, well, let's do it. And I know Xbox was pushing it because they want to appeal to that Japanese audience. And the car culture in the Japanese audience is very prominent. It's a big deal, right? So, especially with the youth and the teens. So I'm pretty sure that their idea is to try to win over that market with a game that will appeal to them. And I think that's what you're seeing in the product, because it looks so well done. All the authentic places, it's telling you all the things you're going to be able to do. Things they brought back from Forza 1, right? And things that we probably don't know about until we get the actual game. It's nice that they're doing a May release. So we'll have a nice big title before E3, so to speak, right? Which is pretty cool because usually Sony's the only one who does that. Plus, they're pushing it away from other titles such as the Sony titles or the third-party titles that are big coming out. So give it that freedom to make money and do well. I think May is a pretty good date because not a lot of things come out in May. If you go back looking in history, in every console generation, not a lot of games come out in May. You know what I mean? So I think it was a good decision to put it there, right? Especially if they got Fable, because it looks to me like Fable and Gears are going to be their two big holiday titles. Obviously, we're going to see Gears in June in the Xbox showcase. I'm pretty sure. But again, even though it was really impressive, I really like it. Looking forward to it. I just don't like. I can't stand when they had to make sure at the end of that video of the segment for Forza and for Playground Games and PlayStation guys, don't worry, we're gonna get you out sometime in the winter, in the fall. We're gonna take care of you. Don't worry, we'll give you information, making sure they keep emphasizing that. So before they would give us years or a couple of months or a couple of years at least, with the games to be exclusive to the game audience of Xbox. But now it's like, oh no, it's going to be here, day and date. With that new game coming out with Double Fine. That's the surprise game. Not my type of game. I love the uniqueness. The idea I think is cool. Double Fine always tries to do different and unique things, but it's not a game for me. It's a game that I think my daughter, for example, would very much appreciate because she likes those type of weird, wacky, different type of games, right? And I'm pretty sure a lot of other people are like that as well in the video game space. And again, this industry in this space is for multiple genres. So I don't get mad, even though the game's not for me, and I was disappointed that it wasn't something else. It doesn't get me mad because they are basically doing what they've always done the best. Xbox. They cater to all genres, all generations, and all types of gamers. And they've always done that, right? That's why they've always had different types of games. Meanwhile, So a company like Nintendo or Sony is always the same usual suspects every year, every generation. They might change the skin, setting, timeline maybe, but it's always that first person action perspective with cinematic moments and very high on cinematic cutscenes. You know what I'm trying to say? It's the same style all the time, all the time, all the time. They don't really change it up. So for Double Fine is great that they're still expanding, and you could tell it's a smaller title. It's not really a big title. I'll be more excited when they finally get to do either a Psychonauts 3, which I haven't even beat Psychonauts 2 yet, or when they get to do another Brutal Legends, because that was a fantastic, phenomenal game during the 360 era that really people ignored at the time, but it's kind of gotten a cult following. So if they announce something like that, which I think they will in due time, I'll be very happy to see that. But so for them, good. Kudos to them. I'm happy for them. I hope it does well. That so they don't have no failure. Because I don't wish no studio to fail, obviously, but it's just not my type of game. So as far as the surprise game, it was like, for me, I didn't feel it. And again, they made sure, coming to PlayStation. Once again, this is an Xbox show, 25 years of Xbox. And if that's the case, it should be that they dedicate everything first to the Xbox console base, because we're the ones who made Xbox what it is today. The console gamer, not PC gamers. And I don't care who likes it or not. Wasn't you guys. You guys used to hate on Xbox, rag on Xbox because they weren't catering to you, because that's what y'all wanted. And when you finally got what y'all wanted, that's when y'all sucking Xbox ball sack. Before that, y'all were talking mad shit about Xbox, how corny they are, how bad they are, how they don't know how to make games, how their Windows suck, how their launchers suck. And the reality is because you guys were mad because y'all couldn't fucking goddamn use Windows to emulate none of their exclusives, because they would always put something to show that you emulated the fucking game. And they would kick you out. You couldn't use Xbox Live. If you got the game pirated, you wouldn't be able to have an Xbox Live account no more. And that's why you guys used to get pissed off. You like everything on Linux and shit like that. The API, because then you could fucking go and steal the game. A lot of you, I'm not saying all of them, but a lot of them, right? We know the type of the PC gamers we're talking about. So anyway, so it wasn't PC gamers, it wasn't PlayStation, it definitely wasn't Nintendo. So I'm tired of seeing it. I mean, I'm going to keep saying it, and it's not going to change, and I know they're not going to change. So for that reason, I'm not going to change my opinion. I'm going to keep saying it. If you keep saying it for Xbox gamers, you're a fucking liar, because you're not. You're catering to Microsoft and Xbox, the company, not to the consumer. You're catering to everybody else but your audience first. Your real audience, your real consumers. And remember, yes, the real consumers are older. We're the old guard. We think a certain way. But you guys forgot that a lot of us old guards have kids, have fucking teenagers. We raised our children under the Xbox moniker and console and ecosystem. So our kids have our same type of mentality. Yeah, with the new generational stuff as well, but they understand that the roots are important and why the console was so important and what it meant to the Xbox brand and how hard it was for them to get big and where they are, right? So all those kids from all those, old guard, so to speak, are all going to be the next generation, and they're going to have kids and they're going to implement those ideologies on their kids. So that old guard mentality is not going to go away. It's only going away because you guys are pushing it away. Xbox. Because you want to be free roam to just make money. Like if y'all don't have money, y'all have all the money in the world, more than anybody else. You're a $4 trillion company. Y'all, that makes you look like desperate almost. And it's sad for me as an Xbox fan to see that. But anyway, as far as Fable, I was completely disappointed because it looked very downgraded, right? And it didn't look like that, right? So I feel like they concentrated way too much on trying to appeal to the original fans by saying, oh yeah, we're putting this, we're putting that, we're putting this, we're putting that. And that didn't feel like it was needed. You could show it, but it wouldn't feel like it was needed, especially if you're trying to reach another audience, like if it's a new game, right? And so I feel like it was downgraded because they when they originally announced that they were pushing it back was due to scheduling because too many games, blah, 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 blah. And now I think it was more because they wanted to bring it out at the same time for PlayStation. Because that's the first thing they did. Well, coming to PlayStation, did they? So now every game that's new is going to be now day and date. Before it was timed exclusive, come out a little bit later or maybe years later. Now it's day and date. Like they deserve it. When they're the first ones talking shit all the time. So again, you're gonna do that to me as a fan? Then I'm gonna say what I gotta say. I don't feel like the game looks good as far as the visual. I think it dumbed it down because now they gotta make sure that they put it on that PS5 hardware. That's crap. It's nowhere near as good as the Series X hardware, and neither is the Pro, regardless of what people say, because it don't have real integrations of DirectX 12. It doesn't have real integration of HDR 12 Dolby Vision. It don't have real integration of VRR. Doesn't have real integration of fucking Dolby Atmos surround. That's all firmware updated on the PS5. On the Series X is built in, and that is why those games that are CPU intensive and are CPU bound, not GPU, all run better even than the Pro on the Xbox because it was designed for that type of architecture. So for me, I feel like they had to go back so that they can recalculate or program the game to run on a PS5 because it's not coming out a year later or months later like in Forza. No, it's coming out day and date. We waited all those years after the Fable Legend debacle, and now it's coming out day and date. And I have a feeling it's possibly because so much money has went into it. And this one looks like it's probably been really expensive as well. They're trying to recoup the money quick by putting it everywhere, day and date. That's what I have a feeling it is. Because remember, they did throw out the window $75 million when it was Fable Legends. But I feel like Fable Legends, although it was a different type of structure, felt more like Fable to me. And anybody that played it can tell you that. Like that's what E-Rock said when he played it. I believe that's what you said as well, Sega Forever, when you played it. It just felt more like Fable as far as the look, the aesthetic, and it looked realistic. It looked incredible. But I'm pretty sure the Fable fans are happy. It doesn't look like it's cheap. It looks like they put a lot of time and effort into it. So I know it'll do well. I'm pretty sure. How will it do on PlayStation? I don't think it'll do well because Fable was never a PlayStation thing. And again, if PlayStation fans love Fable, they would have been bought an Xbox to play Fable. So now we'll know when it comes out. We'll actually see. Now, what I did like was that other game from the people who did the Pokemon games originally, that reincarnation of the beast or whatever I think it's called. You guys correct me if I'm wrong. I think it looks absolutely stunning. And you know me, I don't like to just sound like I'm sucking on a team just because they're a Japanese developer. I just think they're doing an incredible job. The game looks great. I like the companionship with the dog. It looks like it's going to play more like a traditional hack and slash. I like that the magic element is being done with like a turn-based mechanism or style. So they're kind of integrating free-based roam combat with magic, with turn-based magic, right? Which I don't think that's ever really been done before. And for that alone, just trying to create something new in this space, I got to give them a salute and applause and hands down, hands up, thumbs up, rather, because I think it takes courage to take a risk like that, especially since it's their first endeavor with a really big AAA title. Because Pokemon, let's be real, although it's a humongous title as far as how it makes money, right? And fan base, it really is a very simplistic looking type of art style. This game looks incredible. And the designs, they look gorgeous. And they're implementing with the nature of life and forest and flowers. I like that idea. I think that's very cool. And I hope it does well. Now, the fact that Microsoft was able to cut a deal to get it on Game Pass is very impressive also. Because, like we've said, like our brother Sega Man said many times, it used to be the welfare pass, and now is the, Beverly Hills pass, because you just getting so much high quality games and motherfuckers are complaining because it costs $30. So you got to be bougie to afford it, right? which is funny to me, right? Is the irony is incredible. But I think it looks great. It looks fantastic. I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to trying it. And if I like it and they make a physical, I will definitely try to buy it with my son or by myself. I think he likes it also, so I'm pretty sure he'll be down to buy it. So that's a good thing. I hope they do a Forza physical where it's actually on the disc so that we can continue collecting those Forza games like the past. I hope they don't just do a little, oh yeah, here's the game and you just got the license, because that shit is fucking annoying and it's terrible. It's anti-consumer in my opinion, so I hope they don't do that. What else? Like I said, it was short and sweet, to the point. I think, like you said, Sega Forever, so elegantly you said that they got it down to a science as far as the structure, presentation. Excellent presentation. Well thought out, well done. I think it works well when you're showing the developers and how hard they've been working on the projects. That's why I don't want to shit on the Double Fine game, because you could tell they've been working hard on it, even though it's a smaller game. And I wouldn't want nobody to make me feel that way after I worked hard on something that you put your heart and soul on, right? And they're trying to create something unique. So we got to give them excellent credit for that alone. Because today's day and age, most developers are being lazy. They don't want to do shit. And the unique games, to be honest, that we all know are in the indie space most of the time, they get overshadowed, overlooked. People don't even pay attention to them unless it becomes a $5 game and they buy it, or they play it on Game Pass, or they pay it on PlayStation and Nintendo for $5 or $2 that they buy it on a sale. And it's sad because there's a lot of games that came out that are excellent. And, you know, as we all know, they didn't do well and people haven't paid attention just because it's a quote unquote indie game. Oh, it's not a AAA game. I hate that. I think that's the biggest cancer in the industry now, about people thinking that if it's not AAA, it's not worthy. You know what I mean? I think very childish mentality, ignorant. But yeah, those are my thoughts, brother. I mean, if you guys want to rebuttal or give me anything of your opinion based on what I said, you know, please feel free. But I would love to hear your thoughts about what I said. But that's how I feel. So, you know, I give it a good grade as far as the traditional presentation and what they done. But the games were lackluster to me, except obviously the other two I mentioned. And there was no shadow drop. Like, they've been doing shadow drops each one. And I think that spoiled us. So this time around, the fact that we don't get a shadow drop, that's why people are like, oh, it kind of sucked or it's not as good, which is kind of unfair because, to be honest, when they've done the shadow drops, the games haven't really done well. And I think that's probably why they decided not to do it this time. When it came to like Hi-Fi Rush, right? Or even the Oblivion remaster, whatever the hell it was called. And the other one, oh my God, I can't think of it right now at the moment. Help me out, guys, if you remember. The Ninja Gaiden 2, the remaster. As far as those, I think that's probably why they didn't do a shadow drop this time, but I could be wrong. But that's what I think happened. But that's it. Those are my thoughts, guys.
Yeah, dude. I mean, I don't. You know, I think remember when we talked a while last year.
Yeah.
And I came out with the title. I came up with the. I was thinking about doing a podcast called Xbox Vanilla.
Right.
Yeah, so I get it, bro. I agree with you.
You know, I'm not trying to be a Debbie Downer, right? I'm not trying to make it a negative, because the fact that they're the only ones doing a show is a positive in and of itself.
No, but I mean, you have to be honest.
Right, but I'm just being honest. If you're saying 25 years of Xbox, the biggest year in history, going back to the beginning, then show the guys that were there from the beginning that you respect and honor them first. It's okay if you go and spread the love. You have every right to do that. It's your property. But at least make it about those guys first. At least in your showcases. You can go on Twitter afterwards and be like, oh yeah, by the way, Fable's coming out day and day. On Twitter, right? Because that's not offensive. You're doing it on a social platform where it's open to millions of people. Fine. But on a showcase, make the Xbox fan base feel special. The real fans have been there first day and day, right? And for those who think, oh, he don't care about Xbox no more, that's why I unsubscribe, I don't want to see his channel no more. Listen, I'm sorry, guys. You have every right to feel that way. I'm an Xbox fan, yes. I'm an Xbox fan and an Xbox consumer, but I don't know. The Xbox no longer shows that they care about the culture of Xbox.
Yeah.
And if they don't care about the culture, which has to do with the fans, how am I supposed to go and tout and fight for them if they're looking like they're bending over and letting everybody else put it up there behind? That's not my fault. Or they want to make themselves look like they all care about is money, which is the scrutiny that they had from everybody in the industry for years. All they care about is money. All they care about is money. And you're doing the exact same thing that everybody scrutinizes you for. You're showing that you don't care about perspective or perception. You don't care about is the dollar, y'all. You know what I mean? Dollar deal, y'all. You know what I mean? And that's my point. And I guess the optics or the people running Xbox, they weren't there, or all the new people, I have no idea. They just haven't been paying attention. I just know it's terrible. Terrible for you to sit there and be like, yeah, this is an Xbox show. And then they make sure, but PlayStation guys, we love you. We got you. Don't worry. We're coming to you. Don't worry about it. You don't got to come get an Xbox. We're coming to you. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah,
That's what
I think it's the first showcase where I didn't really recognize anybody.
Yeah.
Except for Tim Schafer's.
Yeah, none of those people, either they're dead or they're gone.
Yeah.
None of the original elites are there. None.
And
Even Phil doesn't make an appearance no more. And I know why Phil doesn't do it. Because he knew he embarrassed himself by saying something. And then Microsoft probably was like, the higher ups, the Satyas and the Amy, they're like, no, we're going to do this after he said that. And they made him look like a jackass. So now he don't want to say nothing. He don't want to stay face. He wants to stay face, so he don't want to come out of nowhere. That's why I think he does that.
It's probably for the best.
Right. Because they're going to attack him anyway. Whether he tried to do it the best way he possibly can and be as honest as possible, they're still going to be like, fuck you, Phil. You killed Xbox. Now remembering that he saved Xbox in 2013. It's not necessarily his fault. I'm telling you, it's the upper people. I didn't think so at first, but it's blatant. You can see it.
I mean, that's what happens when you play nice, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, it is what it is.
All I'm going to say, brother, is, and I've said this to Sega Man, I've said this to you before, they better pray to Jesus, okay? And I'm talking about every Xbox fan, all those people that think it's cool, that it's not a big deal. You better pray to God that Sony doesn't get bought by Apple. Because if Sony gets bought by Apple, and they go by the mantra of Apple that everything's exclusive to them, and if you want this shit, you got to go buy it. Oh, dear Lord, help you, Jesus. It's over. You ain't never going to see a Sony game or any game from anybody ever again on Xbox. Because they're going to go and buy everybody out with the Apple money, and they're going to get bought. Believe me, because Japanese developers are going to stick with Japanese people. They will get bought, and they love Apple. They're going to go buy Capcom, Konami, all them places. We ain't never going to see none of them games on Xbox. And Microsoft is going to have to be like, okay, either we retract putting Call of Duty to get some leverage, or keep being dumb, and you're never going to have to even bring a console around because nobody's going to buy the console. Nobody's going to buy an Xbox. Nobody. They're like, oh, no, fuck that. I'm getting PlayStation. Fuck that. Even if you're not getting it in Game Pass. Because the point is that you get all the games there. And theirs. You're not getting nothing that you're not getting on Xbox. The only thing you get on Xbox is day and date, and you get it through Game Pass, which is great. That's very consumer friendly. And that you bring your whole libraries with you as far as digital and your back compat, which is also great. That's the only thing that's really holding me on Xbox. If it wasn't for that, I would never get an Xbox again. I'm just being honest. And not because I don't like their product, not because I don't like their ecosystem, not because I don't like their games. It's because they treated me and they made me feel like I'm not worth anything anymore. They spit in my face. They spit on all the Xbox fans' face as far as I'm concerned. Especially the ones that were there standing online where Halo 1 came out, Halo 2, Gears 1, all those fucking goddamn hours in cold weather with mad people for hours and for days. We were there to make Xbox great, make Xbox big. And now it's all the motherfucking that be talking shit about them all these years because they've been jealous because PlayStation has never given anything that Xbox has given them. Now they're the ones that we could sit back and be like, here, take our games. We love you. Nah, bro. Kumbayato. Season is over for me. I'm done. But you know, it is. I gotta be honest, bro. That's it. And I know that's why motherfuckers don't want to do fucking shows with me or talk to me no more. I don't care. I really don't care. I gotta be real, bro. I can't be fake. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
You know?
I'll be honest with you, brother. You don't have a poker face.
That's what I'm saying. I don't.
Might as well just spit it out.
I got more of a fuckboy face than a poker face, probably. I'm just telling you, I can't. Still love Xbox. Don't get me wrong. Still love them, but I don't like what they're doing. Their business practices, they lost their way. They don't got a clue. Their optics is just. They look like Tom and Jerry. You know how Tom and Jerry always get fucking slapped around by the mouse and the bulldog? That's them. Tom and Jerry is fucking Nintendo and the bulldog is Sony. And Tom is in the middle getting slapped up, making him look like a fool every time. And that's it. That's what they look like. That's what they look like.
Microsoft is so ultra focused on AI.
That's right. And which is also going to be a downfall because you can't focus all on AI. AI is not going to be the future for everything. It's not. It just isn't. Yes, it can do a lot of things, but it's not the future. It's not. If you put everything on AI, it's over. For the culture, the artists, musicians, everything around the world, it's going to be over. Like, dude, it's crazy. You seen this shit AI been able to do? There's some AI videos that you can't even tell if they're fake or real. They're so fucking crazy that you can't even tell they're fake.
But I think it's funny that I wish they would focus on AI and less on Xbox. You know, they're just.
But I know your point. I know what you mean.
They're integrating everything.
I know what you mean. But if they focus less on Xbox, they would be doing less stupid, like, kind of decisions. Xbox.
Well, I mean, so they're kind of touch and go. You know, you get it all in or don't. But for me, it's almost like it's a suite now. You know what I'm saying? It's a suite. You know, it's like a suite of services. Is what it is.
Yeah, what they need to stop saying is, not all games are going to PlayStation. Yeah, because it seems to me like now it's everything.
Yeah, I think,
and it's no longer timed either, because Fable day and date. Like what? Halo day and date. Gears of War definitely gonna be day and date. Watch it on the keynote. I'll call you now. Watch.
When I hear them say that, to me it's kind of like just, you know, it's just like it's to me it's like always like, oh yeah, it's not coming today, maybe next week or next month or next year.
Yeah. But don't call it an Xbox then. Call it PC box. That's what you gotta call it.
Nobody believes them, so they just might as well just be.
Dude, just call it PC box. Nobody's stupid. You want to be PC because since Microsoft is PC, what they did was once they saw that the Xbox division took over the PC division and then embarrassed them, they integrated Xbox and slowly trying to make it into the PC division only. That's what they're doing. They let them do the legwork, get the embarrassment, get slapped in the face, let the fan base get slapped in the face, let everybody that worked there get slapped in the face, go through the embarrassment, all the hustling, the criticism, everything, during interviews, doing all types of shit on social. And now because they made more money, right? Because Phil proved that you can make money if you do the right decisions. Now they're like, oh, yeah, by the way, we're going to take the hostile takeover. Come on. This is going to become the PC Xbox. Like, come on, bro. Hey, fuck out of here with that shit.
Well, okay.
Fuck my fucking balls.
So, I mean, let's be honest then, right? It's kind of his fault. Right?
Yeah, for sure.
I mean, for me, right? It's just like, dude, you just should have put you showed him a way, right? And Microsoft went with that direction. To me, it's like, again, they just should have went scorched earth and just tried to buy everybody. Again, I know I keep on bringing it up. People don't like me saying that, but.
Dude, but my brother, how many times are we gonna say this till we're purple, green, blue, cascade until we fucking bones? How many times are we gonna say this? All Microsoft had to do was when they bought Minecraft, Bethesda, and Activision would say, "This is it. This is Xbox console, and the Xbox PC ecosystem. That's it. You want us? You come to us. That's it." And all of them PlayStation players that are on PC, on PlayStation, Call of Duty, for Minecraft, for fucking whatever games that were Bethesda games, they were all going to go to Xbox. I'm telling you. It ain't gonna matter how much games they had on PlayStation. They were gonna go out and buy an Xbox, even if it was just for Call of Duty, Minecraft, or whatever. But that's the games came out. They were gonna keep that Xbox and buy it. You see what I'm saying? So that's what I'm saying. It doesn't, bro. When you saw Starfield came out, everybody was buying Xbox, and to this day, Starfield's still exclusive. I don't know how. That's just a miracle to me. Still exclusive, right? Because I know Todd Howard don't like Sony, but that's besides the point, right? Yeah, it's probably why exactly. And they're not gonna force him to do it because he's a big dog. So anyway, and so you see that Starfield's still exclusive, right? When they made that Starfield wrap. The exclusive controller, that shit was selling 1,000% on Amazon and on Best Buy, and even Walmart. It had 6 million players before the game even came out on Game Pass. Copies sold, 6 million copies sold on the preview night before the game came out. You have motherfuckers like John Campion talking about it, which you know he ain't a gamer. Tyrone Magna, same shit. All these fucking faggots that don't play games, you know, oh, I want that shit. Even with Indiana Jones. That showed you that, yes, they will come to the Xbox if you make them come. But motherfuckers are still like, nah, bro, we got to get this money back immediately. They didn't want to wait. All they had to do was wait maybe a year and a half, and they would have recovered all that money back immediately. Or maybe 2 years tops.
They set that tone early.
I know.
They set that tone early, and and this is where we are.
Well, because they think that because they're putting these games on PlayStation, they're gonna make PlayStation motherfuckers happy. They'll be like, oh yeah, they're making Xbox too. They're not.
Yeah. Rule number one, guys, in the gaming industry, PlayStation.
They're not.
They're never happy. They're the most disgruntled.
Yeah. They were the day show was for them. So kudos to them. Kudos to them. They won today. They won. And I can't argue because I had some dickhead on my comment section the other day talking about, dude, everything's coming day and day, bro. You're in denial. I was like, dude, it's not every game. It's old games. Halo's old as hell. Gears of War is old as hell. And what happened today? Fable, day and day. I was like, oh, here we go. This is the new one. This is the new pattern. I was like, I wait. I'm gonna go and look for the video. And I'm going to send them an apology. I'll be like, yo, my man, you were right. I'm sorry. I should have never defended them. My bad. You know how embarrassing that is that you defend yourself in a company and in your comment section that you've been fighting since 2013 because you knew they were giving you what was worth it, quality, and giving you the best customer service and consumer-friendly console, right? And quality and value. So then after 2013, all these years later, it's almost been, how long has it been? It's been almost 15 years, right? Some shit like that. Going on 16. And now, all they did was all that work I put in, it made you seem like, yeah, by the way, fuck you. We don't care about console gamers. We care about PlayStation. All right. No problem, bro.
No, yeah. That's why I went ahead and I had to apologize to Tim Dog, man.
Right. Even though I don't agree with Tim Dog's politics either. I'm up crazy. No, he got Trump derangement syndrome.
I went on his Twitter feed, man.
Yeah. I remember you told me.
Yeah, I found the thread and then I told him, hey man, yeah, you're right. And he was cool about it. He said, yeah, okay, no problem.
At this point, we gotta say sorry to Crab Gamer because he was.
Nah, I'm not saying sorry, Crab. Dude, I mean, look, like, yeah, he was. I mean, because we knew, right? We knew back then what it was.
Yeah.
Lost his mind. So no.
I'm just trying to be funny. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it's just it's just the whole approach. Like I said, if there would have been today, all Xbox, no announcements, then they went on Twitter and said it on Twitter, I would have been fine. Because at least it's not disrespecting you while they're doing the show. But I feel like
for me, bro, it's just transactional now.
Yeah, but I feel like every show is a slap in the face.
No, that's why it's
like I'm sitting here trying to be happy that that I've supported Xbox for the years and enjoy what they given me, which I still do. But then it's like, yo, stand straight. Wait, what happened? Slap me. First slap. Like, goddamn. What you hit me for? Oh, nothing. We didn't hit you. What you talking about? Then I stayed a little longer. Then, what the fuck? Why you hit me again? What you mean? We didn't hit you. Because you know that's exactly what they do. They slap you and then they be like, we didn't do that. What you talking about? Like, bro, what the fuck? I look like a punching bag to you? Nah, B. Nah, that's not how that works. Because if anybody try to tell me I can't talk, I'll put up my collection on a video live, on a live stream, and show you what I've spent on Xbox. Me and my boys. And you going to, and I guarantee you ain't going to be that many people to even stand close to what we got. Guarantee you. As far as Xboxes, I don't care about collecting for PlayStation and Nintendo. We got a lot of freakazoids that do that already. They don't give me shit. I'm talking about Xbox. From controllers to games to consoles. I guarantee you ain't gonna be that many people that can stand next to our shit. Guarantee you. And so I can talk whatever the fuck I want to talk. Before anybody else. I seen some motherfucker the other day using Paris fucking quote. They don't even talk to the dude to make a point being funny about Xbox. I'm like, you see? There you go, Paris, open your fucking big fat mouth. There you go. Somebody's using your comments and your content to show it off or to say something or to like make you look stupid.
I mean, it's
and the Xbox community. Yeah.
I told Sega Man the other day, man, we were talking, and I said to Sega Man, it's like I've been out of the loop. But
Yeah,
like I came back in, and it's still the same. So
Yeah.
changed, you know, about the
It's not gonna change, dude. It's good. They're gonna get worse and worse and worse. Like unless, like I said, unless when the next Xbox come out, actually for some reason somehow it does well, and then people embrace it and it becomes like the leading platform. That's the only way I see Microsoft not bringing out every game right away.
The problem that's going to happen is gaming is hurting, man, as an industry as a whole.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Right?
Absolutely.
And Xbox,
That's another problem.
Xbox has allowed this narrative to thrive for what 15, 16 years,
Yep.
right? And they had opportunities to kill this narrative, and they didn't. Right? They chose to go the high road. They chose to go the way of like you like to say, kumbaya, right? With these
Mhm.
guys. And
Kumbaya, my lord.
and sometimes and you go there's no going back, right?
Yep.
That's the problem with all of this stuff, right?
Yep. Yep. I think you're 100% right. There is no going back.
Like the thing that irritates me the most about this is because I believe Phil when he talks about like I don't question him on this at all, like his love of games, growing the industry, making sure to develop.
Oh yeah. To make for a better industry, right?
But with that being said, right, if you want to ensure this, you can't put your head in the sand, or you can't always extend the olive branch, right? And because you did that, and because you didn't fight for the brand, not even for us the fans, just for the brand, right? Because underneath that umbrella is everybody else that come on board with you, whether it's the developers that signed up, the people that put their games on Game Pass, right? And because of the toxic environment, which I know he doesn't like, right? Because he doesn't like it in the Xbox community.
Yep.
And he'll let you know if you're an Xbox person, he'll do that, but he won't do that outside of Xbox, right? So that's why I don't like. I'll be honest with you, brother. I don't like leadership or people like that, right? Because at the end of the day, dude, you're hurting us too because you're not standing up for your brand, and by standing up for your brand, it's not just about a plastic box. It's about every like you just said, people who support it, right? People who play your services, the developers who actually came on board to support Xbox, right?
Mhm.
I know we talked about them getting stabbed in the back, but there's other people that stuck out with them. You know what I'm saying? So that's on you, bro. That's your responsibility to do that. Look, and I know I'm a little bit charged because we have a certain president in office now. Like if he was running Xbox, dude, you know what I'm saying?
Oh, it'd be over.
If the Orange Man was running
It
Xbox.
would have been. Oh, forget about it. He would have gave everybody the business.
Yeah.
For real. Sony would have been. They would have gone out of business like a year ago.
You know, Sony, I like you, Sony, but you guys suck. You know you suck. You know what I'm saying?
I like you, Sony, but you fucked around too much with people's emotions and cut too many people's throat. And now it's time to take you out. You don't belong in this space anymore. You're fired.
So that's the only problem I have, and they've allowed it to go on for at some
Mhm.
point in time, like when it's a beast, all that stuff, right? They were coming. You can see that they give you those glimmers of hope, kind of like a lot of people trying to dig into this Doomsday trailer from Marvel, looking for any hope, right? That Marvel will return to its
Yeah,
form.
but I think it's a lot has to do with what you said too, brother. Like, I really genuinely think you're 100% right. A lot of people that work at Seattle right now are very, woke, liberal minded. Like they're about that. You know what I mean? And they're trying to implement it hard in their games. You saw it in Fable, even though they told you, oh, you're gonna have choices, and they brought it up after the fact. They weren't saying that before, because I think they listened to the backlash. You see what I'm saying?
Well, they have to change, right? Because
Yeah.
that's a whole other thing. But like, if you really do care about those people and you do care about them telling their stories,
Mhm.
you have to fight for them, right?
Mhm.
Even if it's not something that somebody like me and you do, we're gamers, right? So even
Yeah.
if we don't like the content and stuff like that, we'll move on. Like okay, that's not my cup of tea. But hey,
We don't
got-
suffer. We don't suffer because we know what we like and we know what we don't like.
Well, but
Oh,
we
it's not
don't-
for us. We keep it moving.
We also don't like move on, right? We go,
Yeah,
okay,
yeah, that's what I'm saying. We know we just keep it moving. Like if we don't, oh what? Okay, no problem. It's not for us. All right, next.
So then but we'll stick around.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what he doesn't realize, in my opinion.
Oh, it's like I told you.
So even if you want the messaging and all this kind of stuff, dude, what's happening in the industry in and of itself, and it's just it's like a cancer, bro, right? It's like a cancer in the gaming media, the gaming industry, and I understand they're more on the industry side, but I'm talking about the streets, right? They have this perception that you always like to talk about, perception of what Xbox is, and they never challenged that. They needed somebody to come out and say, look, right? Like if, for example, we'll use politics. Just bear with me, guys. We use politics. The current president, President Trump, right? He's going around putting out his agenda. The difference between what happened the first time he was in the office and the second time he's in the office is he has people that are on the same page as him in this term.
Yes.
So you listen to the vice president, right? Which you have J.D. Vance and not Mike Pence. When you listen to his Secretary of Defense, right, which is a total different person. The people that do his intelligence, all of that across the board, they're all one team. I'm not saying they don't disagree, but what I am saying is they're on the same page, right?
Yes.
And that's what Xbox should have done. They should have all got on the same page and realized that, hey, this is who we are. This is the weird part, man, because when it comes to any type of social leftist social thing, dude, they'll fight that. They'll fight for that tooth and nail.
Yeah, but for the original people that've been there, they don't. You're 100%
I mean,
right.
what I'm saying, like for that ideology, like they do that.
Yeah,
When it comes to their actual livelihood, their actual brand, they don't.
Yeah, which makes no sense. It's retarded. Yeah, it's retarded.
Yeah.
Well, it's like what I was trying to say. That all started. I'm gonna tell you where it started. It started when they did the deal with the studio MDHR, and when they did the deal with the people who did Ashen and the other developers, Moon Studios, who did Ori. That's where it all started.
Yeah.
Because they made a deal that those games were going to be lifetime exclusives. Anybody that don't believe it, you could go look it up. It's on Google. Right? Then, when they saw all these people on social claiming to be, oh, we love your game, but too bad that I can't play it because it's on my platform. It's not on my platform, which is PlayStation or Nintendo, right? And then it's only on Xbox. And then since they're professional, none of them went, well, you can get it on Xbox, just buy an Xbox console whenever you can, right? Which would be the best answer to give, right? No. They didn't do that. They allowed the developers the freedom to be like, Phil, Epa, can we put our game on PlayStation and Nintendo? Because we got all these people telling us they want to play it. But since they don't have an Ad Pass and they can't afford multiple consoles, because that's a bullshit lie that they put up. They can't afford multiple consoles, right? Like, there's never any sales on Black Fridays or consoles are cheap as fuck. No, we can only afford one. We should be able to put it there. And that's what they did. And they put it there after they announced, which was actually Aaron Greenberg who announced it, that they were going to be lifetime exclusives. They allowed them to do that. So what happened was every other developer after that saw, if they let them do it, since they know our game is bigger and much broader with a much bigger audience, maybe we can do it too, dude. And then every developer started asking as well, can we take the game here? Can we take the game there? You get what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
Because how come Sunset Overdrive still not on PlayStation? And they don't own the IP, they own the marketing distribution, the way they did with Alan Wake. How come they haven't put it? They know what's up. They know what's up. They know that Spider-Man is not on Xbox. And they know that fucking gay-ass Insomniac came out and said, hey, when they were asking people from Xbox on Twitter, you remember when they were asking, could the game ever come to Xbox? And what were they saying? It'll never come to Xbox. You got to buy a PlayStation. You know what I'm saying? And they knew that. That's why you don't see Sunset there. Because they know that that's a slap on their face directly. Because they helped Insomniac. They gave them the freedom. They let them keep the IP as ownership. But yet they went and ran to Sony as soon as they had a chance and let Sony buy them because of the Spider-Man chasing the cloud. They know that. I'm stupid. Where's Twisted Pixels? They let them go, right? And where's Twisted Pixels games? Nowhere else. They're nowhere else. But where are they? Closed down. They went with Facebook. They didn't do well. They closed them down. They no longer exist. Same thing with Armature Studios, the one who did Recore. Where's Recore at? You see Recore on other consoles? No. They don't want to help and let games go from other developers that they allowed and helped them in the beginning, and then they went somewhere else and had to close down or no longer are relevant. Or if they're relevant, they gave the middle finger to Xbox. They know what the fuck they're doing. It's their ego. They protect their ego. They just don't know how to protect their fan base. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, we're the ones who get mobbed anywhere we go, whether it's in our channels, social, anywhere on social, whether it's Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, Facebook. We can never just enjoy what we enjoy from Xbox. No, we get attacked everywhere. There's a bunch of, for example, Xbox face groups on fucking Facebook, right? And then when you join them motherfuckers are all talking shit about Xbox and praising PlayStation. I'm like, this is not an Xbox group. And then when you say something, they ban you or they suspend you or they kick you out. I was like, those are their fronts, acting like their Xbox group to just use it as a platform to slander them. So Xbox fans can't just enjoy Xbox games, whatever we have from Xbox. We're the ones that always got to get treated and disgusted and poked the bear at all the time. We're the ones who continuously get bothered and nagged. While PlayStation dudes can enjoy all their games with nobody bothering them, Nintendo dudes can do the exact same thing. Enjoy all their games and what they do with Nintendo with nobody bothering them. Right? Because Microsoft, on the contrary, they go in and give them whatever they want, and then they'd be like, yeah, we're friends. Even though they clearly don't see Xbox as friends. You know what I mean?
Yep. Sega Man, you still there?
I don't know.
Yeah, I think maybe Sega Man.
He might have fell asleep.
Yeah, it's late, dude. In fact, we can wrap it up, too, because I got to go to bed, too. I got to go early in the morning.
Yeah. I mean, we could talk again when you do the Wrecking Crew. That's cool.
Yeah, because, we can explore this more.
Absolutely.
Yeah, guys.
You can watch it 2 more, 3 more times and have a better feel for it.
No, I mean, yeah. I mean, look, first impressions again, great showcase.
Mm-hmm.
As far as what I said earlier, but yeah, we can do deep dives into all this stuff, man. Because, like you said, man, I agree. It's supposed to be 2026 is supposed to be the year of Xbox. You know, and this is a good indicator of what to expect if you're an Xbox fan, like us.
Yep.
If you bleed green, this is what you get to look forward to. So, again, and I'm not telling anybody how to do whatever they do. But as you guys know, man, I'm a big Marvel fan, and you rarely see me talk about Marvel on this channel, right? I used to talk about it, used to be into it, used to do pop culture stuff on it. I might touch on it every now and again, but I've kind of moved on, right? Because at some point in time, Marvel was telling me that I'm not the fan base they're looking for anymore. They were reaching out to a new fan base. Unfortunately, it destroyed them because they don't understand who their fan base is. They don't understand what their business is. They don't respect their characters. They don't respect their culture. It's all of that rolled into one, and that's what happened with Marvel and my affiliation with Marvel.
Yeah.
So when I talk about Marvel, I'll talk about it in the good old days, in the grand old days type sense, right?
Right. Of course.
So with my channel, you kind of see that with me and Xbox a little bit. Not as
Right,
much.
right.
Xbox
You
at
have
the
to
end
put
of
it
the
back
day.
more in order to be able to open it.
But at the end of the day, when you look at what Xbox does, of all the stuff, right, that you love or you don't like what Xbox does, nothing can touch them when it comes to games, and that's the honest truth. And the reason why, and the only blame I put on Xbox, like I said earlier, is because Microsoft and Phil and the crew and Satya and all these guys, they're not stepping up to protect the brand, and they're allowing people to run away with the narrative, right? Because I guarantee you, right, if something happens, and I'm talking in a geopolitical sense, right, you know that Microsoft was cheering for that Greenland purchase,
Mm-hmm.
right? All these tech companies were.
Mm-hmm.
All of these supposedly self-aware, woke DEI type companies, when the rubber meets the road, right, at the end of the day, when it's with their business and expanding their techno empires, right, their true color show. So, right. And so all I'm asking is that you give the same type of respect to your brand, right? I would like you to treat the Xbox brand as if the enemies at the gates, the barbarians at the gates, right?
Mm-hmm.
In the case of Xbox, they actually took Apple. They backed Epic to take Apple to court, right? Because they want access to that store. And I can tell you, as what I've been doing, and I actually did this for my daughter, but I've been playing this mobile games, trying to learn what makes them tick. Why, and in the case of being an Xbox guy, why is Phil and Sarah so adamant about that? And I get it now because, and Sarah coming from that cell phone background, the ecosystem that they built in the Apple Store is unbelievable.
Right. Yeah.
Now, I'm old school, so I kind of have a self-immunity to the trappings of the ecosystem within the Apple Store.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of people that don't, right? And if Microsoft could get a foothold, not just in the Apple Store, but if they could build their ecosystem like this, it'll be amazing, right? They'd be printing money hand over fist. And they kind of got that going in that direction. They just haven't figured out the formula, right? And I hope they do. But at the end of the day, dude, if they do not change the narrative and the perception of what Xbox is and the Xbox brand, they're never gonna. It's for nothing, right? Because it's every day, dude. I go on Bing to get my points. I type in Xbox and I get PlayStation news. I get Xbox hate news. I get Xbox is dead. Xbox is finished.
PlayStation is the greatest console of all time. PlayStation got the greatest exclusive. Yeah. That's what I'm saying. We are not allowed to enjoy our Xbox console with our games and our ecosystem.
So for me, as the way,
and that's their fault.
Well, the way that what I tell you all the time on my channel, it's about how I participate in your ecosystem and how I consume your brand or your product or your merchandise, whatever. And if I'm not getting that, like Ebot said, dude, we ain't going anywhere. Like if Xbox division decided to just go complete, go completely plaid, right? It doesn't matter because what we'll do is we'll just we'll have the services, we'll be connected, and we'll just play all our games.
Absolutely.
Yeah, because that's what we're not. There's no PlayStation. You guys know how I feel about PlayStation. I can't stand it. Right? There's no way I'm getting a PlayStation. And I'm too old. Even if I wanted to get Nintendo, I'm too old. Right? And that's not even in the same ballpark. Right? Xbox is where I landed my plane. Xbox is the one that provided me, and gave me, stopped me from being jaded and gave me the things that I want to, and they still do. Again, on the gaming front, they do that 100%. Right? They when I all this stuff, all this white noise that you hear, as soon as I turn on my Xbox, I can go up there right now, go play COD, and I'll be totally lost in it. And so that part is the best part about Xbox. But again, putting your head in the sand and not acknowledging what's going on in this industry, right? And playing third fiddle when you're actually number one, right? And it's not, dude. All the AI stuff you build, all the stuff, all these plans you have to use us as guinea pigs for all your future tech will mean nothing because everybody hates you. Everybody hates you, and you're the at some point in time you got to stand up for yourself. I don't know how else to put it. I don't know.
In fact,
all the money in the world, man, isn't gonna. Dude, when America went into Venezuela and took the leader, right? And all these people around the world was talking much trash. I keep up with geopolitical stuff all the time. We're weak. We were getting supplanted by China. We couldn't take out Russia. We wouldn't dare do this. Maduro was talking trash. There's no way we can get him. All of that stuff. And you know what? That all fell apart when they just sent in a team of people, went in, picked this dude out of his own house, right? And then brought him to the United States in one day. And that act alone of what he did sent reverberations throughout the entire intelligence community, across geopolitical lines, all throughout South America, right? And then what ends up happening, man, this one of the guards gives an account of what happened, and people realize that almost said Xbox, that the United States is a different beast. And they're a different beast because they got different leadership. And they got a person that understands power and how to use it. Imagine if Phil and Satya did that with Xbox.
Like I said,
Imagine if they did that.
it would be beautiful.
Imagine if they said they don't give a crap and they just went in and said, we're taking over.
That's right.
Yeah. Then you get Greenland. That's what happens.
Mark.
Right. That's what I'm saying, guys. I mean, I'm just like, dude, you can't let this stuff fester, and you've allowed it to fester, and sometimes it's too late, man. You can't go back. And I'm afraid if I'm being honest, bro, that's the thing I fear right now for Xbox. They too little too late. They've gone a step afield, a far field.
Bastards.
But I mean, it is what it is, dude. I mean, but I ain't look, dude. I was gone, man. I had real world stuff going on. Right.
Absolutely.
Right. Like I know some of you guys thought, oh, when is this PlayStation channel gonna start? Right. I'm pretty sure it's just, oh, when is he gonna start reviewing PlayStation games? No, that'll never happen, dude. I don't ever. Trust me. In fact, some of you guys might want me to go over to PlayStation. Me and Hebot now.
For real. Yeah.
Right. I'm pretty sure you guys let us know. But hey, we just got, like Hebot said, we gotta be honest, dude. Because we don't have any type of poker face, man. I know I do.
Dude, you had to tolerate this not once, but now twice. The difference was when we went through it with Sega didn't really have a fighting chance because they just didn't have the deep pockets. But Microsoft has the pockets and decides to be like, we just want your money. We don't care. It's like, what? Like, bro, get that kumbaya shit out of here.
I mean, I don't know what they can do now. Right? So many missed opportunities. Anyway. Yeah, we gotta wrap it up, brothers. I gotta go to sleep. It's 9:30, so
right.
Okay. Good 5.
Yeah.
Hey, thank you guys for being here. Daniel Berry Sports, thank you, brother. Man of Culture, man. Bro, let me know what your old name was, dude. I know who you are, bro, but I'm old, man. I can't remember your old handle.
Old handle.
Yeah, because that's old boy, man. But I can't. Vontae. Sorry, Vontae. Man, I'm old and I'm tired because I'm working every day, extra hours, and I'm working weekends. So Vontae, man, thanks for being here, brother. Really appreciate it. He changed his name to Mana Culture, which is cool.
Nice.
Yeah, so thank you guys for being here. Hebot, thank you, and Sega Man.
Oh, thank you. Yeah. You know, it's always a pleasure to be here. It's hard because, like I said, it's so much later for us than it is for you. But
yeah,
we don't do it all the time, so it's worth it.
Oh, I mean, if I didn't have to get up so early, I'd go a couple more hours. But yeah,
Right, I know, but I'm saying if it is worth it because we don't do it all the time. You know what I mean? That's how I look at it.
we'll do it, brother. We'll do it, and then Saturday.
You know?
I gotta work overtime on Saturday. But the great thing about it is, by the time I'm finished, get some stuff done, it'll be perfect time for you guys, because you guys should be home, and then it'll be afternoon for me, so we can just rock it out. So
Right. Yeah.
yeah, and we can pick it up. In fact, I will name it Xbox Vanilla, and you can get your you can get your bars off. Like, that's gonna be
Just call it the Playbox episode.
Did you see that everybody's been showing that girl who built that all-in-one system? They play like all the games in the console.
Oh, word? No, I haven't seen it. On Twitter, you mean?
Yeah, I saw that. I was like, dude, that's a sign of the times right there.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Sign of the times.
Anyway, guys, thank you all for being here. Hebot, man, we'll hit it on Saturday, okay?
Yes.
All
Yes.
right, guys. Xbox All In channel, Sega Forever, Sega Man, Hebot, the world's most powerful gamer. We out.
We out.